Hi beauties, it's Jean Piersanti with Beauty and the Stamper, and it's time for another free tutorial Friday. This one is going to be using scraps, and more scraps. So let's go ahead and get started. Go ahead, take a screenshot. This is the December host code. If you purchase any, of my Stampin' Up! Products and it is a minimum purchase, you will get invited to my Stamp-A-Stack's birthdays, and it is going to be a lot of fun. So go to either beautyandthestamper.com or jeanpersani.stampinupnet. Order your Stampin' Up! Products, and I'll tell you what, there were new things just added to the clearance rack, and there were also new, like this huge sale going on. So many great items too. But what I wanted to show you, we're going to be using, like I said, our scraps. I just had a bunch of scraps from Whisper White. Look at, that's a scrap. So you can still save that. I know, I save all my scraps. And then I have one piece cut here for the inside because we're going to be using a night of navy, and we're going to need somewhere to write on there. All right, so you can tell that was a Christmas trees there. But what I'm going to be doing, I happen to have, when you're making swap cards, you end up with all of these pieces, right? So I had a bunch of pieces that happened to be, looks like about a ½ an inch. And so what I did is I took a bunch of them and I lined them up. And I used this piece as a guide. So I lined them up just like this. And I'm going to do a small version, right? I'm just going to do a quick small version there. So I lined them up like that, all the way across. And then I took one of these and I just kind of did the basket weaving. And the first ones are always the hardest. So I do my little basket weaving. And you could use take your pick tool to lift up and down. But like I said, once you get that first one done, it's going to kind of be okay there. So we just go back and forth and see how that's kind of weaving together. Remember I said the first ones were the hardest, so we got the first ones done there. Just kind of make them together and as straight as possible, and then you just keep going. Now I'm only doing this with a few right now, but just back and forth. For the entire project, you're going to want to push them all together once they're done and make them nice and straight. And so you see how we've got that nice straight piece right here. Let me show you. It's nice and straight. So now once you get that, you could really start picking them up and just going back and forth. And the more you have, you just keep going back and forth, back and forth. So, and then if you wanted to make it longer, you just go this way. And if it goes up, you put it under, and if it goes under, you put it over. So then you've got that. So see how that's shaping up? So I did a bunch of those, and I ended up making this one here. And you can see there are little gaps, so you want to push them close so that you don't get those little gaps. But if you do, that's fine too. You might want some little gaps to be like a nice little lattice piece. So once we get that done, we're going to get out our big stamp and cut and emboss machine. I say big because we have a mini one now. So I'm excited about that. So we are going to take our subtle embossing folder, and I'm going to go ahead and stick that right in here. And I'm just going to stick it going up and down. And then we're going to take our plate here, that's our base plate. We'll stick that one there. And then on top of that, we're going to put our number 3 cutting mat. And we're just going to run that through. And you can run it through once, you could run it through twice, whatever's easiest for you. I like to run it through twice, not because of any reason that it needs it, but I like it to come out the same way rather than knocking things over. So now look at this. It's all kind of stuck together. This really just kind of glues it down. And I have not put any glue at all. You can put glue if you'd like. But now we've got this all nice on there. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to actually cut this down just a bit. So I have this at the 4 1/4 mark, but I want this to be a little bit less. I'm going to do it at 3 3/4, and just run it through there just like you normally would, and that's all going to come out just like that. And so since that's 3 3/4, this one would be at 5, and I cannot see 5, so I'm going to take this off. And push that one up just a little bit there. And that's going to give us a nice little border. So then we're going to take our Night of Navy, which we have as a base. I'm going to go ahead and get my bone folder and burnish that down so we're working with a nice flat piece there. And then I'm going to take my Tombow adhesive glue, and this is what's going to glue it all together. So really all we need is well, let's see what happened here. Oh, there we go. We just need that outside and it'll hold everything else inside together. But I'm going to put some all across like that just to keep everything nice and flat. Now I got a little too much glue there, so I'm going to just kind of go like that. And I do that because I don't want it coming out the side. Okay. I'll just toss that away because it does have glue on there. And now I'm going to take this. We're going to put that right here with a nice little border. Again, as long as we cut everything properly, we should have that. Now, look, that gives some great dimension there. And that's got the subtle on there, so it's really cool. I do have a little bit of glue seeping out there, so I'm just going to rub that off. Alright, so now we've got the outside, we've got the base. I am going to now use my punches, and we're going to be using, if I haven't told you already, the Heartfelt photopolymer stamp set. I'm going to be using the Love You Lots and this little heart here. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to be using the Love You Lots, and then the ink that I'm using is the Night of Navy. So we're going to really do a monochromatic card. Now this is the inside card, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take this guy and put my thumb in it. And I think I want to have a heart just right here. So I want that to be like that. And now I have a cute little heart. And then I'm going to take that Love You Lots. And now I know where to put it to be right in the center of that heart. Just like that. So, guess what? We are now going to take our hole punch. I believe this is the size. It is. We're going to take that hole punch. And since we know that heart is straight, we can punch that out. And we're going to have that great heart on the inside of our card. So we're going to go back to our Tombow glue. I'm just going to put that around here. Make sure you get this part around the heart. And we're going to put that on the inside of our card. now we have a heart on the inside of our card as well. Isn't that cute? So, and then you have plenty of room to write, and we've just got our great little heart there. Now I'm going to take that piece that I have, the scrap piece, and I'm going to take the scalloped heart. I'm going to grab that. We're going to take that Tombow glue one more time. Now you could use whatever you'd like. You could use the stamp and seal, but I'm using the Tombow, one, because I wanted all of these to stick down, and I didn't want to rub the Tombow or the stamp and seal straight across there. So we're going to put this and make a nice little center there, and it is scalloped, and you can't see it until we're going to put our little bits of dimensionals on there, and then you'll be able to see it. So I'm putting that on here, and I'm using a lot of dimensionals, and I will tell you why. Because I want to put a little bit of ribbon across there, and so I'm grabbing my is the Seaside spray ribbon, and we're going to just take some of that take this across. Now I took a lot. I did not need that much Seaside spray ribbon. And we're just going to take the back of our dimensionals. Now I don't have my Take My Pick tool with me, and the reason I don't have it with me right now is because I'm in the process of making Christmas cards. So now I am going to grab my Stamp and Seal Plus, because this is all down. So sorry. I did let them know we were filming, but he's not even 2 yet, so he does not care. So I am going to put this where I would put it, which is going to be right in here, and that is how I know where to put my Stamp and Seal. Okay, I don't know where the rest of the footage went on this, but I'm going to go ahead and end this, and this is the finished product, and let me go ahead and say goodbye now. So there you go. We've got our card, and I just think it is adorable. It's got plenty of layers. How many layers does that count? Does this count as 1 layer or 3 layers or 2 layers? I don't know. But it is definitely cute, definitely pretty, and I love that we're using all of our scraps. All right, beauties, I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please give me a big thumbs up. Make sure you share this with your friends if they like to paper craft, and I look forward to seeing you again. All right, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. Bye!